Good morning to your students. Welcome to chemistry class. So in previous class we studied about line emission spectra of hydrogen. Okay. So here now we completed one concept, that is the developments which leads to a Bohr's atomic model. Okay. So they are the dual nature of electromagnetic radiation and the experimental results regarding atomic spectra of hydrogen. Okay. So next we will know about we will discuss about Bohr's model of atom. Okay. So here the Bohr who considered the hydrogen atom for a study. Okay. So study ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು hydrogen atoms ನ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. So he gave some postulates ಅಂದರೆ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಅಂತಲೇ ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೊ ಹೀಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ postulates. Okay. So he gave the four important postulates regarding atomic model. Okay. So what he explained is, so an electron in a hydrogen atom can move around the nucleus in a circular path of a fixed radius and energy. Okay. So these paths are called as orbits. Okay. So when we consider a atom, okay, so what he explained, so here nucleus is present at a center of the atom and the electrons which are going to revolve around the nucleus in a circular path with that path which consists the fixed radius ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇಂದ ಆ ಪಾತಿಗೇನು ಸೊ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಇರೋದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಸೊ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅದು ರಿವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್ he called as a orbit. Okay. So what he called, so that circular path as a orbit. Okay. So the first orbit which is present near to the nucleus, that is considered as a n equal to 1. Okay. So here the n is nothing but the quantum number, so we will discuss that one in a later sessions. Okay. So here the first orbit is called n1, second orbit is called n2, third orbit is called n3. Okay. So they are also n is represent the shell of a atom. Okay. So here this is called K shell, this is L shell, this is M, next N O ಹೀಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಟು ಸೊ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು n is equal to 1, that is called as a K shell. Okay. So here 1 means K shell, 2 means L shell and 3 means M shell. Okay. So what is the first postulate of Bohr's? So he explained that the nucleus which is located at the center of the atom and electrons which are revolving around the nucleus in a circular path, so that circular path has some fixed energy and radius, and that circular path he called as a orbit. Okay. So next postulate is as long as an electron remain in the particular orbit, its energy remains constant. Okay. So when we consider an electron, okay, so hydrogen it consists one electron. So if we are going to consider an electron in a first orbit, okay, so as long as it remains in the same orbit, it is not going to lose or gain the energy. Okay. So it is not going to absorb the energy or it is not going to emit the energy. Okay. So it is going to revolve around the nucleus in a circular path. That circular path is called orbit. Okay. So second postulate ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, as long as an electron which is revolving around a particular orbit, so here that the energy of that electron remains constant andre, so it is not going to lose the energy or it is not going to absorb the energy. Okay. So if the electron is going to absorb the energy ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, so then so here the electrons will transfer or excited. Okay. So electrons will excited to higher energy level. na EL anta badale, that means energy level from lower energy level, LE lower energy level. Okay, so same way, if the energy is removed or energy is emitted, okay, so here the removal of or emission of energy, electrons will shift or electrons will transfer from higher energy to and emission of energy, they are transferred from higher energy to lower energy. Okay, so electrons will transfer from higher energy level to lower energy level. Okay, so they will transfer from higher energy to lower. Okay, for example, if we are going to supply some amount of energy to this electron, so it is going to absorb the energy, then it is going to excite it to the higher energy level, that may be so second one or third one. Okay, so that is called as the excitation of electron. For the excitation of electron, so it requires the energy, it absorbs the energy. Whenever the electrons are going to absorb the energy, so they are going to excite it to a higher energy levels. So after reaching the higher energy levels, okay, suppose ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೊ ಇದಿಲ್ಲೇ ರಿಮೇನ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು come to the stationary state or a lower energy state. Okay, so this is highly unstable to return back to a lower energy or a stationary state. So it is going to emit the energy in the form of radiation. Okay, so whenever there is a emission of energy takes place, so here the electrons will transmit from higher energy to lower energy. Okay, so idna ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವೆನ್ಎವರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ transfer from lower energy to higher energy. So whenever there is a removal or emission of energy, the electrons will transfer from higher energy to lower energy. Okay, so here whenever the electron which remains in the same orbital, so here it is not going to, its energy will remains constant. Okay, so there is no change in the energy. Okay, so this is about the second postulates of Bohr's atomic model. Okay, so third one is when transition occurs between two stationary states, so that differ in the energy, the frequency of the radiation absorbed or emitted can be calculated by nu is equal to delta E by H. Okay, so here whenever there is a transition of electrons takes place. Okay, so yavag transition agutte? Whenever there is a absorption or emission of radiation will takes place. Okay, so different frequency the radiations in yavag absorb agodu athwa emit agtavalla, so then only there is a transition of electrons will takes place. Okay, so here ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಏನು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ, so here the orbit have the different energies. Okay, so ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಎನರ್ಜಿನೇ ಬೇರೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬೇರೆನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇಂದ ಸೊ ನಾವು ಫಾರ್ ಅವೇ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ whenever there is a transition between two energy level or two stationary energy level, so here it is going to emit the some frequency radiations which were absorbed or emitted, so that is calculated by using nu is equal to delta E by H. Okay, so delta E that is equal to, so delta E antandre, so here this is E final minus E initial. ನಾ ಎಫ್ ಮತ್ತು ಐ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಎಫ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್, I means initial level. Okay, so ಈಗ electron n1 ಒಳಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ so this is the initial one. Okay, so it is going to excited to second energy level, then it will become a final energy level. Okay, ಅವಾಗ EF ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, E1 ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ EI ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇಂದ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಫೈನಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಏನೋ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಅದು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಏನು ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಮಿಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವೇನು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಸೊ ಅದು ಯಾವುದು ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ವೇವ್ಲೆಂತ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ನ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ ಇದನ್ನು. So next fourth postulate is, so here the angular moment of an electron is quantized. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ electrons they are revolving around the nucleus. Okay, they have some angular momentum. Okay, so here when they revolve around the nucleus, so here the movement of a electron that is quantized, that means restricted. Okay, so it has the discrete quantities. Okay, now already so Einstein theory ಒಳಗೆ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೇನು, so here the photon has the discrete small units or pockets ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. so quantized means discrete. Okay, so here the angular moment that is equal to nh by 2 pi. Okay, so here m is the mass of electron, v is the velocity of electron, r is the radius of electron. So here that is equal to nh by 2 pi. Okay, so when we consider an atom, so here when we consider, just imagine this is the nucleus. Okay, so just plus sign baritanana. So this is the nucleus, this is the first shell, this is the second shell, third shell and fourth shell. Okay, so here if the electron is present here, okay, so here the movement of electron is quantized, means restricted. Okay, so that is equal to nh by 2 pi. Okay, so this is n is equal to 1 first shell, so this one is n is equal to 2 second shell, this is n is equal to 3 third, this is n is equal to 4, so this is the fourth shell. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಏನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಒಳಗಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದರದ್ದು ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟಮ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಪೈ ಬೈ 2 pi. ಯಾಕಂತಂದರೆ ಎನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮೇ ಬಿ 1 2 3. ಓಕೆ, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಶೆಲ್, ಯಾವ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವೀಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಒಳಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು, ಸೊ 2h by 2 pi ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲಿಗೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 3h by 2 pi ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲಿಗೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ 4h by 2 pi ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, that is the integral multiple of h by 2 pi. Okay, so here electron has the restricted movement. Okay, so it is going to revolve around that orbitals which are integral multiple of h by 2 pi. Okay, so this is h not pi, h by 2 pi. Okay, so h by 2 pi ಇಂದೇನು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಇದು 1 2 3 ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಲ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ನಮ್ಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಶೆಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾವು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸು ರಿವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವು. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟೈಸ್ಡ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ give this one to a stationary energy levels, so here the angular momentum that is equal to nh by 2 pi. n is any integer that may be 1 2 3 4, that depends on the orbit. Okay, so if there is a first orbit it will become h by 2 pi, second orbit 2h by 2 pi, so on. Okay, so this is about the postulates of Bohr's atomic model. Okay, so first postulates ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, so electrons they are revolving around the nucleus in a fixed orbital, so that fixed circular path. That circular paths are called as a orbit. So as long as the electrons remains in the same orbit, there is no change in the energy of an electron. So when there is a transition takes place, so between two stationary states of a different energies, so here the radiation of frequency of radiation that can be calculated by using this formula. So next, the angular momentum of a electron is quantized, that is restricted, that is integral multiple of angular momentum of electron, which is integral multiple of h by 2 pi. That means electron will revolve around the nucleus in a some distance where the movement of a electron will equal to the integral multiple of h by 2 pi. This is about the Bohr's atomic model. Okay, so ಇದು Bohr's atomic model postulates ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಏನು ಒಂದು ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವೀಗ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ದಿ ಹೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ Bohr's atomic model. Successes of Bohr's atomic model. Okay, so when we consider the first one, it explains stability of an atom. Stability of an atom. Okay, so how it explains the stability of an atom? So here Bohr's model ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, so whenever the electrons which is revolving around the nucleus in a fixed orbital, there is no absorption or emission of energy will takes place, its energy will remains constant. Okay, so ಇದು remains constant ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ, so ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, it will explain the stability of atom. Okay, so ಒಂದು fixed orbital ನಲ್ಲಿ so electrons revolve ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ so ಅಲ್ಲೇನು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, so that's why they are going to revolve in the fixed orbital. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮದು ರುದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಡ್ರಾಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಕುಡಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಅಟಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ರುದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಸೊ ವೆನ್ the electrons or any charged particles when they are revolving around the under charged particle or when we consider this atom, so here when electrons which revolving around the nucleus, so here they are continuously they are going to lose their energy and at a time it is going to fall in the nucleus. Okay, so nucleus ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಏನೋ ಅದ್ರ ಸಂಬಂಧ ನಮಗೆ ರುದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಡ್ರಾಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ he couldn't explain the stability of atom. But here when we consider the Bohr's model, so he explained the stability of atom. Okay, so ಇವ್ರೇನ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರು, whenever the electrons which revolving around the nucleus in a particular orbital, so there is no change in the energy. Okay, so this is the first point which gives the success for a atomic model of a Bohr's. Okay, so next one is it explains the spectrum of hydrogen. It explains spectrum of hydrogen. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೇನು ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಯಾವುದು ರುದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಕುಡಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ this is the nucleus and this is the first ground state, this is the first excited state and this is the second excited state. Okay. So this one is ground state, this is first excited state, and this one is second excited state. Okay. So here whenever there is a, so spectra ಯಾವಾಗ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸೊ whenever there is a emission or absorption of energy will takes place. Okay. So electrons one orbital ಅಥವಾ one shell ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಶೆಲ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆದರೆ, ಎಕ್ಸೈಟ್ ಆದರೆ, so then there is a formation of hydrogen spectra. Okay. So here when we consider the electron in the third shell or second excited shell, so if it is comes to first excited shell, that is, so here and then it is going to come to the ground state. Okay. So for example ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಸೊ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಇಂದ ಸೊ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅದು, ಸೊ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ whenever the electrons will absorb the energy, they are excited to a higher energy level. If the electron absorbs some amount of energy, then it excited to higher energy level. After reaching higher energy level, it will lose some amount of energy to return back to a normal or a stable state. Okay. So here after reaching first excited state, if the electron is going to emit the energy and it is going to return back to a first energy level, so that energy difference is indicated by delta E. Okay. So delta E is nothing but the E2 minus E1. It is for a first excited to ground state. Okay. So first excited ಇಂದ ಸೊ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಸೊ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅವರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು E2 ಮೈನಸ್ E1. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಮಗೆ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ E ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು H nu. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ E ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು identify the frequency of a the radiations which are emitted by a respective electron. From that we are able to analyze the spectrum of hydrogen. Okay. So same way, this is for a frequency. For a wavelength it will become delta E is equal to Hc by lambda. Okay. So ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನು ಸೊ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು Hc ಬೈ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ E. ಓಕೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ವೇವ್ ಲೆಂತ್ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ E ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಸೊ Hc ಬೈ E2 ಮೈನಸ್ E1. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ energy excitation from second energy to first energy. So third energy ground ಇಲ್ಲಿ E1 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, E2 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. ಓಕೆ. E ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಫ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್, E2 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ E2 ಇಂದ E1ಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ನ ನಾವು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ. ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು find out the frequency of a radiation which is emitted by a electron. Okay. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾ, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಮೇನ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಬೋಹರ್ಸ್ ಅಟೋಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್. ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ for a success of Bohr atomic model, so here the spectra of hydrogen plays an important role. Okay. So this is for the energy level of second energy level to first energy level. So if we consider the excitation from the returning of electron from third energy level to first energy level, then this formula will become lambda dash is equal to hc by E3 minus E1. Okay, so ಯಾವ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇಂದ ಈ ಫೈನಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇಂದ ಇದು ಸಾರಿ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂದ ಫೈನಲ್ ಯಾವ ಎನರ್ಜಿಗೆ ಅದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಸೊ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಸೊ ವೇವ್ ಲೆಂತ್ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ it helps us to calculate the energy which is associated with an electron. Okay, so third one is it helps us to calculate energy associated with an electron. Okay, so now in electron ಏನು ಇರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು amount of energy ಅನ್ನ so by using the formula we are able to calculate the energy which is associated with the electron. Okay, so here the formula is E is equal to minus 2 pi E is equal to minus 2 pi square me 4 raised to 4 n square h square. So this is the formula. By using this one we are able to calculate the energy which is associated with the electrons. Okay, so next here the negative sign that represents the electron is a negatively charged species. Okay, so here when we here in this case we know about the pi value and we know about the m value and we know about the e value and we know about the h value. Okay, m is nothing but the mass of electron, e is the charge, pi value you already know, h is the Planck's constant. Okay, so if we are going to simplify this one, so here we will get E is equal to minus 2.18 into 10 raised to 18 joules per atom. Okay, so joules per atom divided by n square. Okay, so this is the energy which is associated with the electron which is present in the respective orbit. Okay, so here the n is going to represent the orbit number 1 2 3 4 5 so on. Okay, so here when we consider this one, so here the value minus 2.18 into 10 raised to 18 joules. So this is the value which is represented by using RH. Okay, so here the RH is nothing but the Rydberg constant. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ರಿಡ್ಬರ್ಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಂತು, ಇಲ್ಲೂ ರಿಡ್ಬರ್ಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಂತು, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಆರ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಡ್ಬರ್ಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಆರ್ ಎಚ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಡ್ಬರ್ಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಎಚ್ ರಿಡ್ಬರ್ಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು minus 2.18 into 10 raised to 18 joules. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ರಿಡ್ಬರ್ಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಲೈನ್ ಎಮಿಷನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ರಿಡ್ಬರ್ಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೇ 107.677 per centimeter, that is the Rydberg constant. Okay, so I hope you understood about this one. So here the Bohr's model which helps in the which helps to calculate the energy which is associated with the electron by using this formula. Okay, so when we consider the n value as a 1, okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದೆರಡು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ E is equal to minus 2.18 into 10 raised to 18 joules divided by 1 square. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, so it will become 2.18 into 10 raised to 18 joules ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So same way if we take this one as a 2, okay, so E is equal to minus 2.18 into 10 raised to 18 joules divided by 2 raised to 2. Okay, So this is the energy which is associated with the stationary level second. Okay, so second stationary level nalli electrons the energy ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ -2.18 into 10⁻18 joules ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0.545 minus 0.545 into 10⁻18 joules. Okay, so this is the energy which is associated in the second stationary and state. Okay, or second stationary energy level. Okay, so as the energy level increases, the energy of a electron also increases. Okay, so when the energy level increases to n is equal to infinity. Okay, so if the orbit that is equal to n is equal to infinity, so there the energy will be 0. Okay, so you'll note it -2.18 into 18 joules. So this is greater than or less than -0.545 into 10⁻18 joules. So here this is less than this one. Okay, so antandre as the higher energy or higher level increases antandre so energy level increase ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ orbitals higher orbitals ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ so here energy will increases. Okay, orbital the energy ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ increase ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. when we reach the n is equal to infinity, then energy will become 0. so here the atom is called ionized hydrogen atom. when E is equal to 0, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ನೀಟ್ IIT ಒಳಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. so when E is equal to 0, that atom is called ionized hydrogen atom. Okay, so ionized hydrogen atom ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. so this is the third point for a successful leading of a Bohr's atomic model. Okay, so next when we consider the another one, so here when we consider this one, so here the energy is in terms of joules. Okay, so same way when we consider the energy in terms of electron volt, so here the E is equal to -13.6 divided by n raised to square. so this is the electron volt per atom. Okay, so this is the energy in terms of electron volt and this is the energy in terms of joules. Okay, so this is important. so nimdu MCQ question ನಲ್ಲಿ so conversion ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, so next ಇದನ್ನ in terms of joules per mole ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ so here the energy will become E is equal to -1312 n square kilojoules per mole. This is in terms of mole and this is in terms of atom. This is in terms of electron volt per atom. Okay, so nimdu numerical nalli energy in terms of joules kottidre ee formula na use ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. so in terms of electron volt koಟ್ರೆ ಈ formula na use ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay, so next one, it helps to calculate the radius of an orbit. Okay, I hope you understood about this one. pause ಮಾಡಿ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಬರ್ಕೋರಿ ಅದನ್ನ. so it helps to calculate radius of an orbit. Okay, so radius of an orbit antandre so this is the distance between the orbit and nucleus. Okay, so radius of orbit antandre ಇಲ್ಲಿ nucleus ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು distance ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು by using Bohr's model of atom. Okay, so here he gave the formula R is equal to n square h square divided by 4 pi square m e raised to 2. So this is the formula. By using this one, we are able to calculate the radius of an atom. Okay, so for this one is also helps for the Bohr's atomic model. Okay, so here when we consider here, we already know the value of H, pi, m and e. So here we substitute the value of H, pi, m and e. So here we will get 52.9 picometer. Okay, so ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ we will get 52.9 picometer. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲನೂ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ನ ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ a naught ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. a naught that is equal to h square divided by 4 pi square m e square. Okay, so this is the value of a ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಲೆಂದಿ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಬದಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು a naught ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. this is understood. a naught is equal to h square by 4 pi square m e square ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Okay, so when we substitute this value, so here this h square a naught divided by n square a naught. Here the value is, this is z. Okay, so n square a naught divided by z. Okay, so here z is the atomic number of a element or a atom. Okay, so this is the formula. By using this one, we are able to calculate the radius of a orbital. Okay, so here the a naught value is 52.9 picometer. So if we write this one in terms of angstrom, so it will becomes 5.29 picometer. Angstrom. Okay, so if we write picometer 0.529 angstrom. So if we write it in a nanometer form, it will become 0.0529 nanometer. Okay, so next and last one is, it helps to calculate the velocity of an electron. It helps to calculate velocity of an electron. Okay, so already ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ is a momentum, angular momentum of electron is quantized. That means mvr, that is equal to nh by 2 pi. Okay, so here by using this formula, we are able to calculate the velocity of electron. So here v is equal to nh by 2 pi mr. By using this one, we are able to calculate the velocity of electron. Okay, so same way, so here by using this one, we also able to calculate the number of revolution of a electron around the nucleus. Okay, so for that we are going to use the formula. So here number of revolution, that is equal to v by circumference of a orbital. Okay, now c of orbital ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತೀನಿ, you have to write that one. Okay, so circumference of orbital. Okay, so it will become v divided by 2 pi r. Circumference formula ಏನು 2 pi r. So by using this one, so here we are able to calculate the number of revolution of electrons around the nucleus in a particular orbital. Okay, so I hope you understood about the postulates of Bohr's atomic model and success of a Bohr's atomic model. So in next class we will discuss about the limitation, ಯಾಕೆ ಇದು Bohr's model ನ ನಾವು so accept ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ so next class ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.